Oh, hello, this is Tak Chong from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. If you enjoy noodles, you would definitely like this dish. This video demonstrates a chicken and broccoli dish to serve with a spaghetti pasta noodles in a form like a lo mein. In addition to the chicken, this dish also has 3 different kinds of vegetables. It starts out with broccoli and is followed by white button mushroom, and then finally it also contains cherry tomatoes. This not only makes the dish tasty but also healthy. For making the lo mein, I used to use traditional Asian noodles. My friend Jim told me that he always used spaghetti noodles, so I decided I would give it a try. It turned out great and it's definitely more convenient. I'm going to use my Cook Standard 13-inch stainless steel wok to cook this dish. I'm going to use my spot seasoning method to create a non-stick cook surface. One of the primary attributes of my fast cooking system is advanced prepping. Through advanced prepping, I can have chicken anytime I want. You can take a look at this video how I prep my chicken. I used about 8 ounces of chicken to cook this dish. I first coat the chicken with 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. I use a pair of tongs to spread out the chicken on the surface of the wok. I then shallow fry the chicken for about 30 seconds on both sides to create a slight crispy texture. The chicken is now about 50% done. I next add the broccoli to the dish, and the chicken will finish cooking when the broccoli is ready. I'm going to cook the chicken and the broccoli together since this is a relatively simple chicken and vegetable dish. It's important to stir fry the content rapidly because you want to make sure that the broccoli is coated with oil. If there's not enough oil, add just a little bit more. For the next step, I'm going to switch to the water-based stir frying technique by adding a small amount of water at a time. This will lower the temperature of the wok, but the temperature is still high enough for the Maillard reaction to occur to create flavor molecules on the surface of the food ingredients. This is different from steaming because you notice that there is no water sitting at the bottom of the wok. Adding the white mushroom at this stage of cooking will prevent the mushroom from overcook. This is an example of sequential cooking by adding the food ingredients at different times of the cooking. I continue to add more water, but at this point I start to add more and more water because I'm going to start the steaming process. Steaming is the best way to soften the texture of the vegetables. And next step, I'm going to season this dish with oyster sauce. I add about 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce, and you can add more or less depending on how you like it. At this stage, I start to add more water to the area that ingredients that might have stuck and burned to the surface of the wok. This actually will help clean the wok as well as create a light sauce. I call this method spot cleaning because it not only cleans the wok as you cook, but it also returns the flavor back to the dish. The final ingredients to go into the dish is some cherry tomatoes. By adding the cherry tomatoes toward the final stage of cooking, it will keep them with a fresh taste. And the dish is done and ready to serve. And the total cook time of this dish is a little bit over 5 minutes. This is a relatively simple dish, and the time to get the broccoli cooked match very nicely with the remaining time that I need to get the chicken cooked properly. Using this method, in fact, all the ingredients in the dish are cooked to their optimum texture, at least the way how I like them. Both the chicken and the broccoli is just the right texture and not overcooked. For the lo mein, I'm going to use the regular spaghetti pasta noodles. I find that they work as well as any other Asian noodles that I have used in the past. My 14-inch stainless steel wok is perfect for boiling 2 pounds of noodles. I store the noodles in plastic containers in the refrigerator and they last for up to 10 days. I use the noodles in spaghetti noodle dish, but I also use the noodles in pan-fried noodles and as well as in ramen noodle soup. I make the noodle in the same wok that I have just finished cooking the chicken and broccoli dish. Making this lo mein is very simple. First, I use a pair of tongs to tease apart the noodles. I turn the heat setting of the stove to low to gently warm up the noodles. I use a water bottle to add a small amount of water to the wok. By adding only a small amount of water at a time. The purpose is to moisten the noodles rather than to cook them. I continue to use my tongs to separate the noodles, and this takes only about 30 seconds. And next, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. And this is followed by 1 tablespoon of mushroom seasonings. I add 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce to enhance the umami flavor of the dish. I finally garnish the dish with some scallions. And then I use my pairs of tongs to mix everything well. This is a very simple and practical way to create lo mein. In a matter of just a couple minutes, you have yourself a very nice lo mein. One thing that I really like about this approach is it's very fusion and economical. Because by just taking regular spaghetti noodles, you can create many different types of lo mein with different flavor. For example, if you like it spicy, you can add sriracha sauce. And I will create my lo mein slightly different each time. Sometimes I will add Chinese rice vinegar. By using this approach in creating the lo mein separately from the main dish, you can create the topping individually and the way how you like them. This will give you much greater flexibilities as well as creativity. I post a new video every day to introduce my fast cooking system. And the word fast stands for flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking. So that you can cook food that you love as well as good for you. And the system is designed to be practical, efficient, creative, and fun so that you can cook every day. If you'd like to learn more about my cooking system, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.